I want to come back to this whale movie starring Brendan Fraser. A lot of conversation going on about this movie, at least among blue check marks and critics, because they're the only ones that are able to watch it right now, from what I understand. It has not seen an actual full release yet. The movie doesn't come out until December 9. Now, I don't know what's going on, if they're doing like little tours with this movie or something, but people have been watching it. There was a scene where he got a 6-minute standing ovation for what he did. It's pretty interesting. I like seeing Brendan Fraser have a comeback. The guy's been through a lot. So it's nice to see his career bounce back. And it looks like this movie might actually be a pretty good movie. Now, the premise of this movie, from what I understand, is he leaves his family for a man, but becomes consumed by guilt because he left his family, and because of that, he overeats. He goes to food to comfort himself and ends up becoming 600 pounds, which is a lot. Not healthy either, to be 600 pounds. Though people on the media will tell you it is. Nothing wrong with that. You'll live a long, healthy life. Which is not true. When is the last time you saw someone that was like 90 and overweight? It just doesn't happen very much because, well, being extremely overweight is not healthy. That's not even really. How do you even debate that? I don't like. There's a reason, like, to live long, you need to eat. You need to eat really good foods. You need to eat vegetables, less junk. You need to live a little bit of a healthy lifestyle. And you don't reach 600 pounds and be healthy. There's a reason when you walk a couple of feet, you're out of breath. That's not a good thing. But this whole body positivity movement, if anything, a lot of people talk about wanting to bring healthcare costs down. That's a big drain on the healthcare system because people that just aren't healthy have to go to the doctors a lot to fix things because they're not healthy. I don't want to get into this too much. I don't think there's anything wrong with this movie. This movie should be allowed to tell its story. And if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. But critics are coming in, too, and they're leaving pretty bad reviews because of the fact that this movie could be seen as fatphobic. Because it tells the story of a man who lives in a world of depression and eats to comfort himself and is living a miserable life. That's a story you should be allowed to tell. But critics are not fans of that. So I want to go over some of the meltdown that's going on right now. It's only going to get worse, too, by the way, as this movie nears release. But here we've got this one. I think this is the director, Darren Aronofsky, accused of fatphobia for casting Brendan Fraser as gay obese man in The Whale. So Brendan Fraser, not 600 pounds. Okay, he's not a skinny man either. He's gained some weight, but he's not 600 pounds. And because of that, people are upset. See, this is the thing with a lot of this stuff. Like, you need to be the character for some reason, even though we're playing pretend. So you need to be the identity or have all of the characteristics of that character if you're going to play it. Recently, people were freaking out because Sony is making a Madam Web movie. This is a good example of this. Sony is making a Madam Web movie. This is a Spider-Man character. It makes no sense that she's getting her own movie, by the way. But she's getting her character. The character's getting a movie. And the original, from what I understand, I'm pretty sure this is the original version because it's changed now, but the original version of the character was an old blind woman in a wheelchair. So naturally, people want Sony to cast an old blind woman in a wheelchair. So they got to hunt this woman down and then have her be in the role. Other than just getting somebody else to do it, they want that. It's ridiculous. This is all fake pretend. There's no problem putting him in a fat suit. And what's funny is the guy that is melting down about this, or the people that are melting down about this, acknowledge the fact that it would probably be bad to get somebody that's 600 pounds to play this role because it would probably make them depressed. It's such a joke at this point, but take a look at this. This person says, it makes my skin crawl to think about how many people are going to walk out of the theater mistaking their own feelings of pity and condescension for a newfound insight into the humanity of the obese. This person says, woof, this is a dynamic and so much anti-fat media that thin people describe as humanizing. It reinforces viewers' anti-fat bias, and those viewers confuse the pity they feel based on their own judgments as understanding of the actual experiences of fat people. It's so telling that so many only see fat people as humanized in media that shows us doing exactly what they expect, living short, small lives, eating ourselves to death, feeling sad and regretful, all reminders of how tragic it is to be fat and how superior it is to be thin. Well, actually, the thing is, you don't have to do anything to become overweight or obese. You have to do a lot to be thin. You have to control what you eat. You have to work out regularly. You have to run. You have to stay healthy. So it's a strange there's a strange wordage there. It's like, you technically, it is better to be thin because you're healthier and you're living better. But this strange, they bring in Katie Rife here too and talk about her, and she was having a meltdown too. I think she writes for the Rolling Stone as well, but she had a meltdown. I did a video on that too. I knew people were going to go insane over this movie. And from what I understand, it is the movie makes you feel sorry for him and want him to get his life together and recognize that maybe people that are living like this aren't, they need help or some encouragement or something. It's insane to me to watch all this melting down. And like this guy says here, this is pretty funny. The most exciting part of the release of The Whale is getting to read all of the ways film critics will apply their full might of their bachelors in English to the task of describing how gross bodies like mine are. And he's got all of these cuts from the reviews, sitting at 70%. Seems to me this movie should be higher than 71%, but it's going to have a low tomato score because of the fact that it really tackles obesity. And people don't like that. People are putting a lot of shit into this body positive movement, which is going to cause a lot of health problems someday. We should be normalizing bad diets, like fast food all the time and taking these cheap routes. We should encourage people to eat healthy, but we don't. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.